Hello again. In this next video I will show you how we have to make the front door. There's only one door in this house. Here's the door. This is the original sketch, which is more or less a rough sketch of how it should look into this right scale. The scale is 1 to 72, which means 1 centimeter is 72 centimeters in reality. The door, I measured it up more or less and gave it the final measurements, and I decided to not make it of clay but just simply out of cardboard. There are some complications in this case, and those are the roundings here, which have to be a relief too. I decided to not make the roundings in cardboard, but I decided to put just some glue on it, several layers, and that will make that there is some relief enough, and later it will be painted with acrylic paint so that won't be visible. As you can see there, I put already some glue on it. This is the cardboard front door, and that the glue is just applied very slowly onto the cardboard, like this, nothing more, and then we leave it to dry. There's no magic about that. Leave it to dry flat so that it won't move, it will stay into place. And then it will shrink a little bit when drying, the white glue. And if we want it to be thicker, then afterwards we can apply a second layer of glue. And I think that will be enough. Now we still have to make the door planks, and we make them out of strips of wood, not wood, cardboard, which have to imitate wood, of course. Well, this happens to be too small, so we will cut some. And what we do is, before we even start, we will measure out the width of the door, and then divide the width of the door into planks of 2 millimeters, 2, 4, 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 10, 12, and yeah, that's enough. And 14. The total width is like 13, but we make it 14. That means we need 7 planks of 2 millimeters wide, which we will mark now. We might, when we leave a little space of half a millimeter between each plank, we might also, instead of 7 planks of 2 millimeters, use only like 6 planks of 2 millimeters, because of the spaces in between. Because if we don't leave spaces in between, you won't see that those planks are separate. Now we look, yes, it's enough, long enough. Then we can start cutting our strips. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I still don't cut them to length. We will do that when we have the strips. First strip. That's the problem about when you cut the strips so small, they will bend. But when we glue them down, they will eventually get straight again. Okay, this is the moment that we can start gluing them down. Before we glue them down, we'll have a last look at, we'll have to cut them to length now. As you know, the door is round, so we have to give every plank an inclination so that it will get more or less round at the top. At the top the door is round, look. So every plank will have an inclination. Now we can already glue down the first strip, again with white glue. The first plank of the door is glued into place. And now we can measure out the next one. The first one is done. At the same time, we make sure that the planks are more or less vertically following the vertical symmetry line of the door. So if they're a bit bent, you have to correct them. And the second one's installed. That's how we continue till we done them all. Then if there's nothing more, then if there are imperfections, you can cover the cardboard with some thin glue and later on with a piece of sandpaper on a coffee coffee cup stir stick, which is wood. You glue some sandpaper on it and then you can adjust any imperfections. And once it is completely ready, we can install it and then paint it. We can glue it into place. Thanks for watching.